He has his second interception. He has a sack, about 4 knockdowns so far this year, putting together a very good season in Edmonton.
Here's Trey Smith. And he is brought down quickly. 23-yard return for Smith, and Casey Printers will try and reboot this offense.
This is not the start, obviously, that Casey Printers wanted. He got the nod as the starting quarterback. All 3 quarterbacks in Hamilton this week took equal reps in practice. The ball way behind the intended target, Tony Miles, and the timing was off. He had to throw it a lot quicker than that. And the only change in the quarterback ranking this week is going to be Printers as the starter, but Richie Williams drops down to number 3 on the depth chart.
That's the first interception in 4 weeks for the Eskimos. Tony Miles was the target on the first pass intercepted, and this one is a connection to Miles and a first down up at the 45.
Boy, do they need that, the Hamilton Tiger Cats, just to get that bad feeling, that bad taste out of their mouth after the first play of this football game. And remember, the Edmonton Eskimos did score in the first series on defense a week ago against Calgary, and Calgary came back in the very next series and scored to tie it up at 7. We'll see if Hamilton can do that.
Stampeders felt that was one of their most important drives of the season. Out of a double tight end, Jesse Lumsden, the Edmonton native, caught behind the line of scrimmage by Kenny Anatolu.
Pretty good run read there. You know, it talked about Casey Printers, and for this game, Quentin Porter will be the number 2 guy in the depth chart. They want to take a look at Quentin Porter. A bit of a mixed message in some ways from the new head coach, Marcel Belfait, who says he feels that this team can still make the playoffs, and they're going to play this game like that. But he wants to audition Quentin Porter, moving Richie Williams down to the number 3 spot, and that message is we're auditioning for next year. So a little bit of a mixed message from Marcel Belfait.
Second and close to 11. Time for Printers to throw, and he's got another completion. Tony Miles has another first down catch across midfield.
That's back-to-back. Pretty good throws over the middle from Casey Printers, who is trying to gain a little bit of momentum back out of the gate. Gets the protection, the stunt up front that is picked up by Jesse Lumsden. That's 2 good passes. Similar patterns from opposite sides of the formation, but they're going down the field.
Marcel Belfait talking this week about being more aggressive in all phases of the game. He's got a 16-yard first down from Tony Miles. And they try the end around here with Trey Smith. And Smith at the 40 is wrapped up after a gain of close to 8. Marcel Belfait with a new job description, but the same responsibilities calling the plays.
Well, I'll still call the plays, but I've asked the 3 assistants on offense to shoulder some of that for me and come up with sets and different plays that they can put in my ear. So, you know, I'd like to make the transition out of it completely. Certainly as a head coach, I wouldn't want to be the offense coordinator long term, but, you know, with just 1 week, we're going to have to gradually change that process.
Second and 2, and Casey Printers pulls it. In pursuit, Brandon Guillory. And Printers able to lunge for the first down. The other men that are helping collaborate on this offense, the receivers coach Dennis Goldman, Jeff Bleemer, the offensive line coach, and Danny McManus.
Danny McManus, who gets a increased role and will be up in the booth tonight, helping with an extra set of eyes for Marcel Belfait on the sideline. And that's a quarterback, when he played, liked to throw it down the field. We'll see if some of that personality wears off on this offense.
So at the 37-yard line, the Ticats driving. 3 consecutive first downs. And time for Printers again over the middle, and that ball is dropped, intended for Scott Mitchell.
But not the fault of Casey Printers, and he will take full responsibility for the first play of the game, an interception to Jason Goss, but since then has been on target over the middle, coupled to Tony Miles, and that's another good throw that really Scott Mitchell should have come up with.
Mitchell, the leading receiver for the Tiger Cats. He's 18th in the league, while the Tiger Cats have 4 of the top 16 rushers. The number 1 rushing team. But right now, looking at a passing situation, 2nd and 10. Trying to keep the drive alive. And Tony Miles, another catch, but he'll be stopped short of the first down as he was brought down again by Jason Goss.
They're coming out throwing, and that, I think, is the influence of Danny McManus and his elevated role in the offensive system, because, you know, this is a team, as you mentioned, Chris, that runs the ball first. They get Jesse Lumsden, a healthy Jesse Lumsden, back in the lineup. Only saw one run for him on that series, and they go throwing the ball down the field, but do get a chance for some points to answer the 7 from Jason Goss.
Quentin Porter, the holder, as Nick Setta lines up this 38-yarder and nails it, so they do bounce back with a field goal. And are on the board in Edmonton. Extra start. Little bounce back for Marcel Belfay's offense. And a 7-3 game. 5.5 minutes into the opening quarter.
Ricky Ray, in his first series for the Edmonton Eskimos, will have a 4-point lead. That doesn't happen very often.
Tristan Jackson is back, and he fields it back at his 2. And Jackson with a good return. Up across the 35. Ball comes loose, but the whistle had sounded. And Ricky Ray will lead the Edmonton offense onto the field for the first time.
All kinds of questions as to whether or not Ricky Ray would start in this football game. In fact, it went right down to about an hour before game time, but he does get the start. A.J. Harris, over 100 yards receiving last week versus Calgary. Versatile back out of the backfield. A tough night last weekend for Kelly Campbell. He's going to look for a big bounce back game here tonight versus Hamilton. The offensive line with Armstrong and Kabongo at guards.
And they swing a pass out. A.J. Harris has been such a valuable receiver, and he's got a first down, taken out by the middle linebacker, Cornelius Anthony. That's a matchup I know you've been anticipating.
Yeah, we'll be watching that for a couple of reasons. Cornelius Anthony, part of the front 7 now for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. There's the front 4. Torrey Collins gets his 3rd straight start. The inside defensive tackle, that moves Terrence Patrick out to the outside. There's Cornelius Anthony in for Zeke Moreno, part of the trade this week with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And then one change, Rontarius Robinson goes to safety for Ryan Glasper. Jeff Tisdale comes in at halfback.
16 yards for A.J. Harris, making his 36th catch of the year, and now they'll screen it back to Harris, and he has become some kind of receiving weapon for the Eskimos down to the 40-yard line. Another 16-yard gain to Harris. Will slow getting up.
Key on the screenplay, no matter what team it is to allow the defensive linemen to go ahead and think they beat their man and get penetration. And the Edmonton Eskimos do such a nice job of selling that. There are 5 defensive players for Hamilton in front of Ricky Ray and in the backfield committed, and that leaves A.J. Harris wide open until he gets to the secondary, and that's why Chris Thompson has to make the tackle.
A.J. Harris slow to get up. He had 11 catches for 147 yards last Friday against the Stampeders. 10 catches in a game against the BC Lions, but in some discomfort here. And we will step out midway through the first quarter. Chip on the high-level bridge here in the Alberta capital, and A.J. Harris remains down.
Looked like Cornelius Anthony right there falls over his right leg and twists his knee to the outside, because that's the first thing that A.J. Harris grabs is the right knee, and he was in tons of pain down there right next to the Ticats sideline. You can see he can't put a lot of weight on it. It looked like Cornelius Anthony, after he was down and coming over the pile, twisted that knee.
Harris was in obvious pain throughout the break, and it's a good sign that he's getting more weight on it than we might have expected.
Starting to, as he gets across the field, put a little more weight on it with every step, and that's a good sign.
So Calvin McCarty will have to take A.J. Harris's spot.
Cornelius Anthony, of course, part of the trade. See Corey Mace in a first-round draft pick.
Mace, a defensive end in the Buffalo Bills camp. Bob Obilovich hoping that he can add 2 premier Canadian players to the roster in place of the leading tackler in the CFL, Zeke Moreno. So with McCarty in, it's a first down and pressure. Ray avoids it, looks downfield for Kamal Peterson, and Tisdale's got the interception. It looked like Peterson was open, and Jeff Tisdale comes across for his first CFL interception.
You know, and he kept with it all the way across the field because Kamal Peterson was on the right side of Ricky Ray's formation there, and because Ray bought himself some time with that move on Ray Marius, he came all the way across the formation. They like Jeff Tisdale's athletic ability. He had a couple of starts on the corner on the outside, his first chance to start at halfback, and that is an athletic play. He gets the right foot down and makes a nice catch and stays with it all the way across on Kamal Peterson.
Terrific play by Tisdale, the 10th interception of the year for that Hamilton defense. And they take over at their own 13-yard line. 4 receivers to the wide side, but they hand it off up the middle, and Jesse Lumsden's going to rumble. And Lumsden across the 30-yard line.
Last week, Jesse Lumsden did not get a lot of carries. They said he was still nursing a bit of a sore ankle. He didn't get his first carry against the BC Lions till almost at the halfway mark of that football game. And, you know, I have a theory with Jesse Lumsden. If he's dressed and has shoulder pads on, get him the ball 20 to 25 times, period. Any way you want to. If he's not ready to go, then don't dress him.
You won't get an argument from him, I don't think, on that. An 18-yard romp for Lumsden. And a first down, looks one way, Printers, and now he'll take off. Flag down as Printers dives forward for what would be another first down, pending the penalty that is apparently against Hamilton.
Came out late.
Holding. Hamilton, number 67. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Peter Diakowski, the left guard.